Okay, class, in this segment we're going to talk about, well, disinfecting. Now, with all disinfectants, you must pre-clean. If you haven't seen the pre-cleaning video, please go back and watch that before you watch this disinfecting part. Now, understand that we've already cleaned this table and done our ATP testing. We know that we have validated the amount of cleaning that we've done. In this segment, we're not going to actually use the ATP. Please review the ATP protocol and how we do that. In this segment, we're just going to show you how to apply disinfectants in, a few different ways, much like we do with cleaners. Now, the only difference here is we have a different labeled bottle. Now, this is still the Peroxy H-Dox, if you will, and this product is mixed at 10 ounces per gallon by the manufacturer. We've went to our safety data sheet because we've changed the chemical. Here again, it does not require the PPE of a mask. This is the red label, ready to use. Mix it 10 ounces to a gallon. That's what it says right here on my safety data sheet. Now, the other thing that it says is that there's no specific gloves required. So in this case, even with this at a disinfectant, no PPE required. However, just as I said before, as a COPD sufferer, I appreciate the fact I don't have to wear a mask whenever I'm using this product. You choose to wear one if that's what you feel that you need to and your protocol establishes that. Now remember, we're not talking about pandemic cleaning right now. We're not talking about pandemic disinfecting. This is general disinfecting on a day-to-day basis. So since I don't have to do that, I choose to wear what I would like. A matter of fact, it even says no eye protection required. Now, as I do with most everything, I'm now trying to wear the nitrile gloves over the wrist in order to protect myself from anything that I might touch, because I might touch a chair or something like that. So it's simply to keep myself safe from whatever I might come in contact with, not because of the chemical that we're using today. Now, as you saw before, what we would do, we're in general disinfection. We're not in the restroom, although we're using the same product that we would use in the restroom. I am now in a general facility, general cleaning or disinfecting. So I'm still going to use my blue microfiber. And as we did with the other product, I can put it directly on. Now you can see that it's actually coming through here to the other side. So some people say, well, how wet do I get it? And you notice I'm only putting it in the middle. I'm not actually having to go all over the whole thing. Now, as we did with all of the other protocol, we're going to wipe from side to side. Now you might notice that it looks like there's not much left there. Well, that's right. And so what do I need to do? Maybe I need to wet more. Now, on a flat surface like this, is it really the right thing to use a wiper? I'm disinfecting. I need to have product on the surface because there has to be some dwell time. And as you can see, even though I wet that more, you can see that that's not really very wet. So what would I really want to do? If I have a 60-second, or if I have a 5-minute or a 10-minute dwell time, well, this might not be the appropriate way on a flat surface. Now, if I'm on a doorknob or I'm on something like this, I can't use anything but a wiper. But what we've found here at the Academy is that this isn't our only choice. So, as you may have seen in the cleaning segment, I can now take my disinfectant and put it here onto my pad. Now, as I do this, let me explain. One of the reasons I like to do this is a couple. You notice how wet the surface is now, and I put quite a bit on there. So you notice that my surface is now wet. So very quickly and very easily, I can apply the product. It can sit wet for my 10 minutes, and you're like, wow, that's a lot of chemical on there. You remember my friend the Squeegee? Okay. So I've applied the chemical on there. I let it sit for however much time that I need. I haven't had any vapors coming back to me, so I'm not breathing any of this, regardless of what chemical that you're using. So my thing here is after it's set the time period, I'm not going to make you sit here for 5 minutes and watch it dry or work. You can't see anything. On the other hand, what I could do is I could take my squeegee, and you see how quickly I can remove that amount of cleaning chemical, and I can bring it to my rag, okay? That's one option. I kind of like this option because I can very quickly remove that disinfectant. Now, however long it's had to sit there and do its dwell thing, that's what I would want to do. I could take my ATP count here. The surface isn't completely dry, as you see, but the squeegee removed very, very quickly. Now, as we did earlier, I could take my long reach tool with the dry pad, and I could dry that surface if I wanted to. Now, the thing here is these are all tools. You choose whichever way that you want to do it. As we did with the cleaning, you see the two sprayers here. We have the pump-up sprayer with the red label. I can pump this up and I can apply my product. And you can see that there's a nice even application of that across my table. Is it quite the same as when I did this? Maybe not, but you choose to put it on however you want to. I'm just showing you different ways of delivering your disinfectant to the surface. Now, unlike the trigger sprayer, you did not see a mist. You did not see vapors come up. I'm not breathing it. But I will tell you this, that I'm still going to get more atomization with even the pump up than I did with this. For me, as a COPD sufferer, on a flat surface, I'm going to use this method every single time that I possibly can. Simply squirt it on my pad, apply, and then squeegee it off. Now, if I've got a lot of other surfaces that are, textured and doorknobs and stuff like that, then I'm going to choose this delivery method. In all cases, here at the Academy, we always recommend that you apply rinse water. And the nice thing about rinse water is I could apply rinse water to this disinfectant once it's set and had its dwell time. I can apply rinse water to it before I squeegee it off. So I can apply the rinse water here to actually dilute whatever is dried or to get it to come off of the surface better. Now, some people will ask me, Dave, should I squeegee before I apply the rinse water? Back to our dishes scenario. You pick your dishes up out of the soapy water. You don't dry them and then rinse them. You stick them under the rinse water. Here's the only difference. I don't have continuous flow of water. And so my recommendation for best practice is to squeegee off all of the water, the disinfectant, before applying your rinse water. Because as you can see now, what I've got is I've got quite a bit of liquid here. Okay? So what I would really advise you to do is to spray your disinfectant, agitate it with your pad, squeegee it off. Then apply your rinse water and squeegee it off on flat surfaces like this. All the time, pulling all of your liquid into your rag so that you're not putting it onto your flooring surface. There's all kinds of delivery devices for disinfectants. These are only a few of them, a few of the little handheld ones. You've got foggers, you've got battery-powered misters, you've got electrostatic spraying. I'm not going to cover all of those in this, but this is just some basic, quick tools. Instead of using a trigger sprayer, which never delivers the right amount of product, doesn't deliver it evenly, and also with all disinfectants, it creates a mist where the worker is breathing it. Our point here at the Academy is to keep you, the workers, safe. Remember, I'm a COPD sufferer. I have to take care of myself. I just don't want you to have to be in the same situation that I'm in. So take care of yourself. Use whatever delivery method that you find is best. But remember what we always say here at the Academy. Anytime I use chemistry, no matter how safe the chemistry is, our advice is to always rinse. So thanks for being in this part of the class with us. Hopefully, we'll see you in another mini course.